Headline today's managing editor Rahul Kanwal, in fact, got the first reaction from within the BJP. He spoke to party office bearer Shaina NC moments ago. Let's listen in.
Rolling. Hectic deliberations currently on, last-minute efforts being made to persuade Advani to fly down to Goa tomorrow to announce the elevation of Narendra Modi as chief of the election campaign committee. It seems the decision will go ahead despite Advani's absence, but BJP leaders want him to be present at least when that big announcement is made. Joining us now for perspective is BJP spokesperson Shaina NC. Advani's absence in Goa, Shaina, queering the pitch, leaving a bitter aftertaste in everybody's mouth. The big announcement now being impacted by the absence of the party patriarch.
Tell me, Rahul, do you decide which day you're sick and which day you're well, or is it the law of nature? I'm really amazed at the way the media is trying to propagate a story which is absolutely untrue. There is no basis to this rumor mongering. Let's understand that ours is a democratic party. There is a public opinion and there is an opinion of the majority cadre, both of which are taken into cognizance. And it's the parliamentary board and the president of the party that decides what our political strategy should be, when we leash it out to public, and what our kind of space in terms of winning the 2014 election should be. Now, I think that this debate is absolutely a figment of the media's imagination. So let's do away with it and focus on the core.
It's not that simple, Shaina. The reality is, late into the night, BJP leaders were trying to persuade Advani to come down to Goa. The patriarch is cut up. He doesn't like the cacophony around Narendra Modi. He believes the party is being overwhelmed by personality, that BJP is heading in the same direction as the Congress.
There is no such thought, and let me tell you very categorically, the BJP always thinks of national interest first, the party next, and the individual last. Now, coming to the question of Narendra Modi ji, there is no question at all in the mind of the cadre or public at large of the country that he is a leader who has delivered time and again on the development plank. And I think his popularity only seems to be growing not just in the party but outside the party. But if there is a political strategy that needs to be put to place, when we unleash it, what our issues should be, it's clearly the prerogative of the captain of the team, who happened to be Rajnath Singh, and as a disciplined party, we will accept it. Advani ji is a father figure. He will always continue to guide and he will always continue to have his opinion, and I'm sure the party will take cognizance of it. But to pitch this kind of a story is unnecessary when the issues at the national executive are those of corruption, those of the coal scam, of the timing of the food security bill, and the need for an ordinance which is questionable.
You'd like the issues to be. The reality is there's only been one issue. Narendra Modi on the one side, Advani on the other, Modi versus Advani. This has been the issue not just in the political narrative, also within the BJP. Speak to any BJP leader, that's the only thing he's talking about. No one is saying a word about internal security, about political management, etc. The agenda has been hijacked.
Who is propagating this story? Isn't this the media that is constantly...
BJP leaders were speaking.
Not at all, please. The BJP leaders are entitled to have an opinion, but it is always an opinion of the majority cadre which is taken into cognizance, and the party high command decides, and as a disciplined party we always follow. The issue here is only how to dethrone a corrupt government of the UPA who seems to have absolutely no political will, who has delivered on no forum, be it corruption, be it terrorism, be it populist movements that seem to be vote driven. I think there are lots of serious questions, and let's focus on that, and the national executive starts today based on this premise.
Are you suggesting then that the party will go ahead with the announcement of Narendra Modi as chief of the election campaign committee, with or without Advani?
It is entirely for the parliamentary board and the president to decide. I'm a small worker of the party, and as a disciplined soldier, I think whatever our captain or our team head decides will be acceptable to every single person, keeping aside his or her personal preferences.
There are BJP leaders who are telling us they sense a far bigger game plan, that they feel that Advani consciously and deliberately is distancing himself from the elevation of Narendra Modi, so that his position is similar to that of Vajpayee in the 90s, who consciously stayed away from the Ram Janmabhoomi movement and later paid political dividends as a consequence of doing so. They think if Modi comes up short, then Advani will be the natural pivot around whom the expansion of the NDA can take.
You seem to have lots of strategies in place.
Now, my strategy, I heard this from a BJP leader.
And
I didn't conjure that.
please name who it is.
I'd be very happy to, but he'd be in a lot of trouble. So I just want to understand from you what you make of this strategy. Surely you don't want to get some of your colleagues in.
Oh, please, Rahul. I think there are lots of strategies in place, and clearly the media seems to have its own agenda, which is to try and show a house which is going through trouble, which is absolute nonsense. And let me please say with a lot of conviction that we have only one agenda, which is to dethrone the corrupt Congress and the inefficient UPA, and that is the only strategy we need to focus on. As far as political strategy goes, as far as leadership goes, I think beauty of being in a party like the BJP is we have so much cadre that has delivered on performance, that is there, and for public to accept, they need to see we are a united team, which we've always been.
The sun isn't really shining. It's pouring, and it seems it's pouring uncertainty for the BJP as well.
It's pouring surety that 2014 is ours.
All right, we'll find out. But for the time being, thank you very much, Shaina NC, for joining us with your thoughts. With that, let's hand you back to the studios.